This has got to be the biggest scam in history, all done with AI deepfakes. So what happened was a finance worker at a multinational company got an email to say that he or she needed to transfer $25 million into 5 different bank accounts. Now, the finance worker thought it was just a scam email, so they ignored it. But it wasn't until he hopped on a video phone call with the CFO, among other staff, and at this point the finance worker probably thought, okay, this must be real. But little did he or she know that they were the only real person in that phone call. Everyone else were deepfakes. So the 25 million were transferred, probably never to be seen again. This is crazy because this happened before Sora, or OpenAI's new text-to-video model, came out. So you can imagine how realistic it will be in the future, or near future, should I say. And it's not just in your family or personal life that you could get scammed, but also in your work life as well. Would you have known? Let me know in the comments.
Have been taking over the internet, with being more accessible than ever for users to access these apps to create their own deepfakes. People are even creating records of fake historical events using AI. And not to mention the famous Pope image we've all seen where he is rocking a white puffer jacket, which is not real. I think Chrissy Teigen really summed it up nicely, or how a lot of people were feeling. No way am I surviving the future of tech. Chrissy, I think that's how we're all feeling. A lot of these images are being generated through Mid-Journey. So what exactly is being done about these deepfakes? For one, it is tricking a lot of people on the internet. How can you tell what image is real and what is fake? Platforms are starting, or saying they are anyways, going to be labeling what is a deepfake and what is not. It's starting in the right direction, but I think we have a long way to go. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on deepfakes.
You can actually deepfake yourself by using these 2 AI tools. Go to mypipio.com to create a video avatar that looks and sounds like a real human being.
Today, we're going to go over how to create a highly effective email marketing campaign for prospects and customers.
This is the best AI video avatar tool I've seen to date. Now, the scary part is that you can also create an avatar of yourself. And if you want the avatar to speak exactly like you, you can use descript.com to clone your own voice.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ash. If you're new here, I make videos about sociological topics and sometimes I make vlogs. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting me already. And today we are going to be talking about deepfakes. So let's get into the video. I also just want to say my goal for the end of the year is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. So if you enjoy my content and want to help me out, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It would really, really mean a lot to me and really help out myself as my personal goals and also the channel. So I wrote a blog post about deepfakes in May of this year, and I never thought to do a video on it. I think I was just so focused on making like vlog style content that I didn't think to sit down and like make sociological types of videos. But then I thought about it and I was like, well, that's what you're good at, like sociology discussions, all of those things. Also, it's really cold today. It's spring and it's cold in Melbourne. Like, I can't wait for the weather to warm up. It'll be so good. Anyway, here is the blog post. So I have my laptop and I do want to update it a little bit. So hopefully this video isn't like too all over the place. So we are about to have a look at the crazy world of deepfakes. I want you to get your seatbelts ready because we are about to embark on a wild, wild journey, and oh boy is it wild. This journey is both mind-bending and spine-splitting. From celebrity impersonations such as Leo and Margot on TikTok to political shenanigans, deepfakes have taken the internet and the world by storm. They often leave trails of laughter, confusion, and that ever-growing existential dread. So what is a deepfake? According to Wikipedia, deepfakes are synthetic media that have been digitally manipulated to replace one person's likeness convincingly with that of another. It can also refer to computer-generated images of human subjects that do not exist in real life. The wiki article goes on to say that creating fake content isn't all that new in the year of 2024, but the leveraging of AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning is what's really freaking people out in contemporary society. I've had people tell me how bad TikTok is as a social media platform, and sure, they do allow these deepfakes on their platform, and they have been a source of lots of controversy with TikTok trends and things like that. But don't forget, there are other social media platforms and mainstream media that do allow the use of deepfake technology and AI, and it's scary. Like, the example I can think of is recently in Australian news, there was a South Australian politician, I think his name was David, I can't quite remember, who had a video surface of them where in this video they were either in their house or a cafe, and next to them was some white powder. I can't say what it is. I don't think I can say what it is on YouTube, but take with that what you will. And they were claiming, or he was claiming, that this video of himself was a deepfake. And forensics analyzed this deepfake and found that it had not been digitally altered in any way. They didn't think it was fake, but he is still claiming that it was a deepfake. And it's kind of like gone under the news because there's a lot more stuff going on in the world, and so it should. But it is interesting how one person can claim something is a deepfake when it might not be and is alleged. Yeah, very interesting, and that kind of is a foreshadowing for this video where we talk about the dangers of deepfakes. For social media, I think that if someone uses AI or a deepfake, like, that's fine, but make sure there's a disclaimer, make sure people are aware that it is AI. I also have a bit of an internal conflict with AI. Like, I like playing with it on Canva and making images, but then at the same time, it's kind of like plagiarism because it's taken already made content and making it into something new. So there's this whole other argument surrounding that, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about deepfakes. I also want to quickly mention what GANs are because I only recently, well, in May, learned what these are. So GANs are generative adversarial networks. I don't know how to say that word. So basically what they are is a type of machine learning that uses two models to compete. So it's battle of the machines, essentially. So these two models compete against each other until the second one is unable to distinguish between a fake video and a real video. This means that a deepfake would appear realistic to human viewers, but creating deepfakes requires a lot of data, and this is why deepfake creators may target notable figures, such as politicians or celebrities, because there is already a lot of media of them out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some TikTok examples here. So Tom Cruise, Margot Robbie, Leonardo DiCaprio, they are all fake, like they're deep fakes.
Si por ahí, I don't know why I needed to speak Spanish. Puedes entenderme. Desafortunadamente no tengo nada de vocabulario y también mi gramática es el peor. ¿Qué tal TikTok? Hola, estoy aquí en mi granja en Colorado, en Telluride. Mi granja, soy feliz porque tengo muchos amiguitos y ellos son animalitos y con ellos me divierto. It's hot as hell.
The Tom Cruise one freaks me out. I don't know if it's a bit of uncanny valley vibes or what it is, but it's so, like, I know it's fake, but it just feels so convincing. But deepfake technology is problematic to everyday people and often women because certain media can get made about how do I say this, certain exploitative media can get made that is completely fake of people, especially women, and put online and can be used to essentially blackmail them, or just in a terrible light. Like, it's horrible. Like, why would you do that to someone? And I'm going to put a BBC video down below where a woman was basically not taken advantage of, I guess you could say that, but a woman who trusted someone, I think her best friend, who made deep fakes of her in a suggestive manner. And these guys were like best friends for a really long time, and she believed that it wasn't him. She confided in him that this was happening to her, and he was supportive, and it turns out all along that he was the one doing this, making these deep fakes of her. And it's absolutely disgusting, and like, how could you ever trust someone again? But yeah, definitely check out the video. Okay, so now that I have given a bit of background, very basic background on deepfakes, I am not an expert on this topic. I talk about sociology in the world, so that's my area of expertise. But now that we've talked about those things, I want to talk about both the pros and cons of deepfakes, because I think this is an interesting two-sided argument. So, the pros of deepfake. The first pro is entertainment extravaganza. So, let's face it, deepfakes can be entertaining. And I enjoy the Margot Robbie ones and the Tom Cruise ones, even though I do get scared. They are creepy, but they might give someone a laugh. They might be a little bit of digital distraction for a second. They might allow someone to feel something if they're feeling down. I feel like comedy and social media / user-generated content can take on new heights with deepfakes. The options are endless. There is this whole new world of creativity open. The next pro, or positive, I want to talk about is creative possibilities. Although sometimes deepfakes can be comical, deepfakes aren't just for making people laugh. They do have some creative benefits to them as well. Artists and filmmakers can use this technology to explore new storytelling techniques, from digitally resurrecting long-deceased actors to creating immersive virtual worlds that blur the line between reality and fiction. Yes, hyperreality, again, educational value. Believe it or not, deepfakes have educational potential. By demonstrating the power of AI and machine learning algorithms, they're sparking important conversations like what we're having now about media literacy, digital manipulation, and the importance of critical thinking in the digital age. Like, what are we going to see next on Photoshop? What are we going to see next on Lightroom? Marketing / hyper-personalization. Deepfakes can help businesses engage in more personalized advertising to encourage users to become consumers. Wow, we are taking it back to capitalism. We are already consumers though, like, we know that. And we consume everything. In one particular article, Bartoletti said, deepfakes will likely be used in business as avatars in presentations, video conferencing, and metaverses. Such avatars could be used to mask identities and avoid bad hair days. Deepfakes could also allow personalization of news and sports feeds and modeling clothes by mere mortals. And this quote comes from a data protection expert from an IT consultancy company. And the last pro I want to talk about today is low-cost video campaigns. And I feel like this one is kind of self-explanatory, but basically a company doesn't need to hire a really expensive actor for a campaign if they can just fake one. And that way, spending less on campaigning might mean a higher turnaround revenue for that year. And I feel like it is a bit more complicated than just faking an actor, because you would need permission from the actor. Okay, the cons of deep fakes. So the first con I want to talk about today is the con of reality check. So as entertaining and funny and all the other adjectives you want to call deepfakes, they pose a serious threat to our perception of reality. This is scary. With the ability to create convincing videos of public figures saying and doing things they never actually did, deepfakes have the potential to sow chaos and confusion on a global scale, especially those with a lot of power. For example, the robocalls using AI to impersonate calls from Joe Biden. And I'm sure there are lots of other examples. I talked about one from Australia that's allegedly a deepfake, but I don't know. Next con is privacy predicaments. So deepfakes raise significant concerns about privacy and consent. Anyone with access to photos or videos of an individual can create a convincing fake that could be used for nefarious purposes, from revenge porn to political smear campaigns. And yeah, we talked about that earlier when I talked about the BBC video that I will link down below and my blog post too. The next one is ethical quagmires or ethical dilemmas. The ethical implications of deepfakes are vast and thorny. From impersonating celebrities for profit to manipulating public opinion with fake news, the possibilities for abuse are endless. As the technology continues to advance, people in society must grapple with tough questions about regulation, accountability, and the boundaries of free speech. Where do we draw the line? The next one, or con, is exploitation. Deepfake technology has the potential to exploit medical data, which might lead to an incorrect diagnosis, and that could be problematic. And lastly, deepfakes can spread misinformation or propaganda online, and I'm sure we all know what confirmation bias is. Well, I hope you do. If not, basically it's the tendency to look for information that confirms our own biases. So with confirmation bias, we can kind of understand why some people are more likely to believe in conspiracy theories than others. Or maybe that's just my opinion. Anyway, the point of deepfakes is that they have the potential to spread even more information and more propaganda online. And here's a quote that sums it up really well. The ability to create convincing fake videos of political leaders can lead to confusion, disinformation, and a loss of trust in public institutions. In addition, such forms of disinformation could manipulate and distort the complicated media ecosystem. So, in summary, deepfakes have both pros and cons. I don't know which one outweighs the other. The cons are arguably scarier than the pros. I do find it really interesting, and personally I think it's all about the intent. So are they just there for entertainment purposes, or are they there for malicious intent? Are deepfake creators just trying to create art? Are they trying to be funny, or is there a deeper meaning behind what they're doing? These are some questions to ponder. I feel like face swapping technology isn't new. Like, it's been in Snapchat for years. Think about the filters you are putting on your face when you go and take a selfie next time. But I feel like the issue stems further than just technology. It can even relate to how we perceive ourselves. Like, what I mean by this is, our beauty standards going to change as deepfakes become more prominent. Women are already encouraged to lose weight, gain weight, have a skinny waist, have a bigger chest area, and men are encouraged to be muscly, fit, and sporty. And I feel like there is a connection between beauty standards and deepfakes, but it's just not super obvious just yet. Alright, now I think it's important to talk about what we can do to try and spot deepfakes if we're not aware. So here are some tips, and also tips for spotting AI altered images. So you want to look for inconsistencies. If something feels off, like you get a gut feeling about that certain image or video, then it probably listen to your gut. The lighting might not be what you expect, and reflections might not be what they usually are, so look out for those. If you are listening to something or watching something, check the audio quality. In a fake video, the audio probably won't be the same as a real video, so it won't be like this. So make sure you're paying close attention to that. Also, look for unnatural movements. If you can't move like they can, they are probably a deep fake, or they're just really talented. Make sure you compare and contrast with known sources. Ask someone in the know in the tech field. And if you're not sure, just assume it's fake. Remember that time a fake image won the wildlife competition? I don't know if it was National Geographic, but the photographer used a taxidermy animal and it won, and then it turns out that it was fake. Like, come on, man. I'm gonna pop in some more TikToks for you to enjoy, and then we're gonna summarize.
This would have been my favorite look at the Met Gala this year. Katy Perry in this stunning gown, but unfortunately this is AI. It's really good AI because even Katy Perry's mom fell for it. Katy shared this picture on Instagram writing, "Couldn't make it to the Met, had to work." Here's another AI generated image that was floating around Twitter. When I first saw this, I definitely thought it was real. But I had to remind myself that we are in the age of AI and we have to double check everything. But seriously, this gown is unbelievable. I wish it was real. Katy also shared a screenshot text from her mom. Her mom says, "Didn't know you went to the Met. What a gorgeous gown. You look like the Rose Parade. You are your own float, LOL." And she shared the picture in the beautiful floral gown. Katy replied saying, "LOL mom, the AI got you too. Beware." Honestly hilarious. I'm just happy to know I wasn't the only person who fell for it. This would have been a really good look too. I wish we saw Katy Perry on the carpet this year. Now I'm just gonna need one of these designers to recreate this dress in real life. It is stunning. Unless the dress is real and not AI, but I'm pretty sure it's AI. Let me know your thoughts down below.
Hope you enjoyed these TikToks. So to summarize, as we emerge from the murky depths of our deep dive into deepfakes, one thing becomes abundantly clear. While they may be a source of endless entertainment and creative inspiration, deepfakes also come with a hefty dose of risk and responsibility. As consumers of digital media, it's up to us to approach deepfakes with a critical eye and healthy sense of skepticism. So the next time you encounter a video that seems too good or too absurd to be true, remember to take a step back, do your research, and above all, don't believe everything. Happy deepfaking, fellow truth seekers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Ash and I will see you next time. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out and help my goals out for this year. And I'll see you next time. Bye!